Hi, Doggywatch here. So today we're gonna review a movie called The Red Envelope. So this is the remake from the Taiwanese movie called Marry My Dead Body. This is a story about a man who is a mole for the police in Bangkok. And one day he found a red envelope that is a sign that he has to marry a gay man who died recently, or else he's gonna be unlucky. After I saw this movie, I think that this movie is weird. Yes, this movie is weird. So this movie just leans more on the character of PP Grid, who is the ghost, more, but the original leans on the perspective for the character that Bilkin plays in this movie, which is the cop, more. So what you get from these movies is kind of different. The original leans more on the action, the comedy, the police crime more, but this movie just leans on the comedy more. And then some parts they just leans on what makes Thai comedies movies special. So they just took many of the styles from GTH and then just throw it in here. So let's talk about the cons or drawbacks first. I think the drawback from this movie is that some parts it just didn't makes you laugh that much. They just leans on the comedy and it expect you to laugh, which most GDH movies are like this. Some parts they change it from the original that makes it work, and some parts they change it that makes it does not work. So this movie, the part that I think that some people who are not fans of PP Grid and Bilkin might not like is that some parts they just leans on the fan service, which some people might like it. The other drawback for this movie is that the CGI, it really looks kind of bad. Like there's one scene where the characters are driving. You use the scenes outside, which is all CGI. I don't know why, but when it's just driving, like normal driving, it's not like stunt driving. Some parts they just feel like they overuse the CGI and then the CGI just kind of looks bad. And then the other part that I did not like in this movie is the product placement. If you know the companies that sponsored this movie, you feel like, damn, they really sponsored the hell out of this movie. Like Lotus, like Be Quick, like food, and more. You just feel like, damn, they have so many things to sell, which I think that it kind of drags the runtime to make it like longer. Let's cut back to the pros. I think that the chemistry between the two leads is done really well. And then the story beats that this movie changed into something that they want to do is well done. The characters, like the female characters in this movie, I think that they wrote the storyline better than what we saw in the original for this female character. I understand that they don't want to do the same movie, so they changed most of the parts, most of the context, and it made it in a Thai version context. Same sex marriage, about family, acceptance, and more. I think the movie told the story really well. The other thing is that the production design, the color palette in this movie, similar to what we saw with James Gunn's recent DC movie. This movie in the dark scenes, it just feels bright like what you saw in the scenes from the Suicide Squad, Superman trailer, because we haven't seen that movie yet. And then the scenes in daytime are so bright. So if I put this movie into an equation, it would be the red envelope is equals to Planma plus Marry My Dead Body plus RIPD poster. Yes, this movie has RIPD poster in the movie. To sum up all, I really think that this movie is a decent time for people who like this kind of things. You might like it or you might dislike it. It's all up to you. Some people might like for the way that it tells a story about same-sex marriage, acceptance, family, culture. I think this movie does tells the story really well. And then the style of this movie, it just feels like Robert Rodriguez movie in some parts, which mostly those parts are just like dream sequence. Yes, this movie has a dream sequence, which sometimes in this movie they use CGI, which looks bad. So don't expect anything much from the CGI in this movie. The Red Envelope in cinemas in Thailand now and coming soon internationally. So don't forget to like and subscribe Doggywatch channel.